Hey guys, happy vlogmas.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
We're in the car just talking and filming, but I had an idea earlier, but I didn't know if Kendall would want to do. Well, I knew she would want to do it, but I just didn't know when she would want to do it. We are in a Stranger Things bubble right now. I always have been, but she's kind of just now getting into it.
Not really. I remember when you were like in school and we were like going down there and like drive, I will always rewatch season 3 episodes.
That's literally the only season you've actually watched.
I know, I've watched all of it, but my favorite season's 3. I always watch like all of them.
Have not watched
Especially like when they were at the mall and the Mind Flare.
Right,
and
you
then,
watched
they went
all
to
of
the
season
store.
3. That's besides the point. She has theories about season 5 that she keeps seeing, and she wants me to elaborate and say whether or not I agree with them or what do I think.
The first theory is 11's mom is Vecna's sister Alice. Here's why. Okay. Let's start with the fact that 11's powers are hereditary since we found out that her mother has them as well. What? We found that out?
We did in season 2. But that's
Obviously,
false.
I watched that.
Because what happened was her mother, this is what I think. Because Dr. Brenner allegedly was finding women who were already pregnant with their babies, and he started experimenting on them to give their kids powers. And I think in turn, or he gave the mothers powers so the kids would be born with the powers. Because Henry wasn't born with powers.
He was experimented?
No. So there's a Broadway play called Stranger Things, The First Shadow, and explains how Henry became Vecna 1. So his whole family lived in Nevada before they lived in Hawkins.
Mm-hmm.
So in Nevada, there was a military base, and there was supposedly a huge experiment or something was happening, and I believe, if I read correctly everything that I did, he went into the cave. Remember? Well, I don't know if you saw, but in season 5, when Max was in the cave,
I seen that.
And he stopped outside the cave. That's allegedly the same cave that he got experimented on in, or he walked into, and that's how he got to the Upside Down the very first time. So when 11 sent him to the Upside Down, that was not his first time going. That was his second time. So that theory, in my opinion, is false. Theory number 2.
We know the Upside Down is stuck in the time when Will went missing in November 6th. 1983. But what if when Steve drove through the upside down upside down portal
in season 5? What if he restarted the clock?
Time itself open. Wait, I can't read, I'm so sorry.
Time itself open. I think that what it's saying is, what if when he drove through the portal he got time to start all over again? I don't think that's the case either, because they've gone in and out of different portals multiple times and time has not changed. So I think that one is false.
Okay, wait.
I don't think that's the case.
These people are scary.
Jill is actually the real villain in Stranger Things. It's not what you think, though. Okay. Remember,
she opened the
in
portal.
the very beginning of the season, he was the one taken by Vecna, taken into the Upside Down. Yeah. The theory saying it was actually 11 that made Will get caught. Wait,
I've heard that theory. We don't know yet, though.
Taken by Vecna, brought into the Upside Down. When Will was running away from the Demogorgon or Vecna, whoever, right? There's a scene where the door lock unlocks itself. Yeah. The director said in an interview that Demogorgons are not able to do that. Only things with psychic abilities. Right? Who's the only other psychic? Elle or Vecna, right? Now,
Unless it
we know
was
Vecna
another
definitely
one of
took
the
Will,
children.
but even in season 1, there was a very unspoken and unanswered reasoning why Elle already knew Will. Remember that one scene where Mike is showing a picture of his friends and had Will and then and Lucas and everyone in the pic, and then Elle looks at the pic, and this is when she just meets Mike and she goes, Will. She knew who that was already.
Yeah, I don't know how she knew it was Will. I feel like it could be she saw him on his bike because she was hiding in the woods, so she could have either seen him on his bike. What? I'm talking about when he first got taken. He was riding his bike, and she was in the woods. So I feel like she could have seen him then. Yeah, she was running away from the thing. Or since, you know, she can do the psychic thing when she was in the sensory tub. Is that what it's called?
And like the big tub.
The big tub, but it's called sensory something. Sensory deprivation tank. When she was in that, she could have seen Vecna, and she could have just seen Will in there. She could have heard them all shouting Will's name. Also, Mike and everybody kept saying, we're looking for Will, and she could have just pointed at it and been like, Will. Like she knew it was him, you know? But we'll pick back up on this tomorrow.
Well, right here we should do Stranger Things theory.
Okay.
Hey, Miss Girl, is working for Vecna.
I saw that one this morning. I forgot her name, but she's the guidance counselor. And, I mean, that one kind of makes sense, especially, keep scrolling. Does it show the thing about the clock?
Yeah.
Yeah, the clock thing, I didn't pay attention to that. Her necklace has a grandfather clock. And then the clock that Vecna shows everybody, it does have a keyhole, and her clock is also a key. But working with Vecna is kind of a little like far-fetched. I think maybe working for could work. Like he got in her mind and manipulated her, but not just she willingly decided to do that. But yes, all the victims did have the same symptoms. The nosebleeds, the headaches, the scary dreams. And then they saw Vecna.
Wait, what?
What part don't you get?
No,
You didn't watch it though.
Each victim had, what's it
The
called?
same symptoms.
What do you mean?
They all had headaches. They all had nosebleeds. They all had
who had headaches?
The 4 people that he killed.
Who were the 4 people he killed?
I'm not about to do this with you, Kendall.
Eddie?
No, Eddie did not get killed by Vecna. Move on to the next theory. We'll talk about that later, because she does this thing where she acted like she watched the show. She didn't watch the full show. She watched certain episodes, which is fine. But then when I explained to her what happened, she asked me the same question over and over and over. Like I didn't just explain it. I will explain that one later. That one takes too long to explain.
I believe Dustin Henderson is Henry. It sounds crazy, but here are my reasons.
You have that? You think that yourself?
No, I'm reading.
Oh, before you do that, I'm going to go ahead and debunk that because I rewatched season 1, and when Will did not show up at school, Dustin, and they had been hiding 11 in Mike's house, Dustin said, Mrs. Wheeler's going to tell my parents. Not going to tell my mom, going to tell my parents. So he knows who his dad is. We just don't ever see his dad. But also, then again, since later in the other seasons we only see Dustin's mom, maybe his dad moved away or just something. Or maybe his dad was just, you know, acting as his dad because Vecna's his dad. But go ahead with the theory. I just think that one's not true.
What does the last name Henderson mean? It means son of Henry.
In what language?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's like Thor Odinson.
Who the heck is Thor Odinson?
Thor? The movie Thor, his last name is Odinson because he's Odin's son.
I don't think it's a coincidence. Okay.
I don't think it's a coincidence either, but I just also don't think that's the case.
We only ever see Dustin's mother and no mention of his father or who it is.
Well, I just said he did mention my parents. We just don't see his dad.
Okay. We know Dustin was born on May 29th, 1971. Ooh, dang, he's old. Sorry.
The show is based in 1983.
I know. Henry was banished to the Upside Down in 1976 Henry was in the lab at the time of 1971, but Dustin's mother could have worked there. We do not know her job.
I doubt it. And if she worked there, she wouldn't be a study subject. She would be one of like the guards or something.
But we do know Dustin moved to Hawkins in 4th grade in the year was 1983. Okay. Dustin moved to Hawkins
The math is not mathing.
in 4th grade in 1983.
I don't think they were in. Well, I guess they would have been in 4th grade when all this happened. Yeah. But I didn't know that was when he moved there. They seemed like they had been friends for so long. Okay, next one, because that one's confusing.
Okay, I think Billy is alive, and here's why. Is that right?
Very possible.
Okay, when Billy enters the Upside Down, he looks like this after being attacked by the rat. So he's in the Upside Down during that?
Yes.
Okay. And then it says he meets his clone of him. The clone doesn't have any scratches, and keep this in mind that Billy is the only one that has met his clones.
I don't think that there's clones. I think that was part of the mind game.
Yeah.
I don't think he was actually physically there. I think it was the same thing how Vecna can show people something even though that's not what it is.
Like an imaginary friend.
Yeah.
The whole show, Mike is writing a book. Oh yes,
I saw one like that where it said the whole time they think that Will is already dead and Mike is like writing a book with all these characters, or maybe not Mike but somebody, or even Will is writing all these stories as like a way to grieve or like just having more of an imagination. But I don't think that's the case either, because the Duffer Brothers already said that they wouldn't end it as one big game of D&D because they feel like that's a cheap out. So I feel like they wouldn't do anything similar, which would be like that too.
Wait, can you explain to me Eleven's sister?
It's not really her sister.
Like 8, whatever her name is.
What do you need explained?
Like
how are they sisters?
yeah.
They're not.
Or they're like just best friends.
Neither.
Sisters.
They're sisters because all of them call Dr. Brenna Papa.
Like people call like
It's like they're all adopted basically, and he's their dad, so they're siblings because they're all quote unquote adopted.
Giant.
That's the easiest way to explain it.
The one Stranger Things.
None of them are actually, I think, his children, but they could be. I just can't wait to find out how she got in the Upside Down, let alone captured. And who is Dr. K really? Because I've seen some theories that they said Dr. K is really Brenner's sister or wife. And especially with it being Dr. K, I doubt her last name is really spelled K-A-Y. Like in the subtitles.
Actual K.
No, I think it's just Dr. K as in it's short for something.
Oh, Doctor.
Like a long name or like a fake name. Unless they're using that as like her first name, like a nickname. I don't think that would be her first name either.
Walking in a winter wonderland.